Welcome to SportsBanter. This is Bryce, and I'm joined by Luca and Ray. And today we are doing the predictions for the second round, even though they've already started. But we're not going to pay attention to that. We're just going to pretend that didn't happen.
Yeah, totally. But it
Totally
started
not.
off really well.
Was the Bucks Nets game good last night? Because I was working and I couldn't watch it. It was like I kept checking my watch to see the score.
It was the first half was sort of fun to watch. I quit paying attention after the third quarter.
Oh.
Yeah, it was pretty tight, but I feel like it was a bit obvious that the Nets were going to win. I don't know. It just seemed like the momentum was on the Nets side. But the big thing to come out of that was James Harden's injury.
Yeah, heard about that.
Yep.
He is currently out for game 2, undecided for game 3 and 4.
Why don't we start with that one?
I think. Sure, yeah. I think he'll be out for game 2 and 3. I think he'll be back by 4 for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just go first since I'm already talking. As good as Giannis, how do you say it is?
Giannis.
Giannis, yeah. I always mispronounce it. Even if I know the player, I'll still mispronounce it. Nets in game, I don't know, 5.
Damn.
I mean, I've seen people call this like the real NBA Finals, and honestly, I agree with them to some point.
No.
Like the winner of the series wins it all.
Okay. I get that. Yeah, winner of this series could win it all, sure. But to say this is the finals, I think it's sort of, I don't know. Maybe I think the Bucks are slightly. No, I'm not as high on the Bucks as maybe other people.
I mean, I've always said the Bucks match up well against the Nets naturally because they've got 3 pretty good defenders, 2 amazing defenders, and Drew Holiday and Giannis to shut down Harden or Kyrie and KD. And then Middleton's a pretty good defender as well to shut down the other out of Kyrie and Harden.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah,
so I've always
fair.
I've always been saying Bucks in 6, but now the Nets still game 1. I don't know about that anymore. I mean, the Nets are home court advantage, but that could always change.
You know what? Harden is out. I might change my Nets in 6, but I'll keep it Nets in 5. But Harden does change it.
Right. So what are you saying? Like your prediction?
I'm saying Bucks in 7.
Okay.
Really?
I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go. Just like bouncing off of what y'all said. I mean, y'all have really good points. I don't, for some reason, I just have a hunch that like the Bucks aren't going to win as much as I want them to. And I want them to win bad.
Yeah.
But
same. I mean,
yeah, I would rather. Yeah, I think we can all agree on that. I would rather have the Bucks win. I just think the Nets will win. That's how I see it. Yeah.
I mean, my best case scenario for a finals matchup is Suns Bucks because of Drew Holiday and Chris Paul. But
that'd be a match made in heaven. But we're not going to get that because I'm predicting Nets in 7. I think that the Harden injury is going to really impact. It's really going to impact the series, and like. Maybe if Harden wasn't hurt, it'd be like maybe Nets in like 6, but the extra game out, I think that it's going to be prolonged and it's going to go to 7.
So you're saying Bucks win game 2?
Yes. I think it might be a back and forth series. Kind of like how the Clippers
and
the
Clippers
Mavericks were. Yeah, there you go.
Mm-hmm. That's just what I was thinking. But honestly, if the Nets win game 2, I can see Harden sitting out game 3. If Nets lose game 2, Harden's playing in game 3. I think Steve Nash is going to make that call.
That's fair, yeah.
So are we done talking about Bucks Nets?
Yeah, I think we can move on.
So staying in the Eastern Conference, Sixers Hawks, I mean. Obviously, Atlanta's still game 1, which I was really surprised, especially with Joel Embiid playing, but Trae Young is a certified villain now in the league.
Yeah, Trae Young, everyone boos him. Every single time he does a little thing, he gets booed. I like that. Gives him character. He sort of buys into it, too. He doesn't mind it. I mean, yeah, he does a little, like, he'll look at the crowd a little bit, but, like, I think he's accepted his role in the NBA right now.
Yes.
Great. I will say this for Joel coming off injury, he looked pretty good today. That's for sure. I mean, I'm the Hawks fan here. I said I didn't want to give a prediction, but I gotta back them. I'm saying, with how good Trae Young looked today and the bright spots we saw with Lou Williams and freaking John Collins, I gotta give it to the Hawks. I'm gonna say Hawks in 6.
Dang.
How did Tobias Harris play today? I was sleeping for that game.
I don't remember him.
Tobias, he did pretty decent. I mean, he scored 20 points.
Dang. I forgot he was playing.
Yeah, he did. All right.
I've said this all year. Tobias Harris is the X factor for the Sixers, and he did really good in the first round.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree with that. He could be what keeps this team afloat or not. But now I'm thinking, like, in this series, it might be Joel Embiid's, like, injuries. Like, if they get that stuff figured out, I think that Philly's going to cruise. I know Game 1 was huge for the Hawks.
Joel Embiid had a really good game today.
Yeah, so that's already looking good for them. I don't know. Ray, did you want to give a prediction?
I said at the start of the series, I said Sixers in 5, but now that the Hawks stole Game 1, Sixers in 7.
I'm going to hit Sixers in 6, just because I know this Game 1 happened. And, like, Trae Young, yeah, he's been a great villain for this league. He's been awesome. And, like, he's
been great.
If people were looking for a team to cheer for, I think more people will be cheering for the Atlanta Hawks after just Trae Young, like, looks so cool right now.
He does.
Just with all of his antics. He looks so cool. But with that being said, I think the 76ers are by far the better team. And I think that it's going to fire them up, the 76ers, because of, you know, how Atlanta came in and pretty much blew them out until the end, which, yeah, it happened. It almost happened. The upset almost happened. But yeah. I think that Philly, even though they could drop another game to the Hawks, I think they're going to get back on track.
So you're saying gentleman's sweep?
No, I'm saying 4-2. That's not a gentleman's sweep.
Oh, I thought you said Sixers in 5.
Nope, Sixers in 6.
Okay. Looking at the box plus minus, all the Sixers starters had a positive plus minus, and all of their bench had a negative. Same goes for the Hawks starters and bench. Hawks starters had a negative plus minus, their bench had a positive. And so that's kind of concerning for the Sixers. You've got your star players performing really well, and then the bench just not showing up. Like Tyrese Maxey shot 2 for 8. He's got to step that up. Matisse Thybulle had a good game, though.
Yeah.
I will say this to defend the Hawks a little bit, since y'all don't have any belief in them. And fair reason, they're an Atlanta team. If I cut someone off, my bad. But guess who was a starter today? Just guess who was a starter for this Hawks team against supposedly one of the best teams.
Oh, I already know. Now. Solomon Hill.
The GOAT, Solomon Hill. New Orleans legend.
Solomon Hill. And if he doesn't start the next game, I think we have a better chance of winning it. You start Herter.
Yeah, he shot. I don't
even care.
He shot 2 for 7. All 3-pointers, by the way.
No, Solomon Hill fouled like crazy. He's not good. So, yeah, I just want to say we started him and still won. So say what you want about the 76ers.
Yeah, seeing Solomon Hill have 25 minutes and Gallinari having 18 is a crime.
I know, but at the same time, I'm not going to pretend that Atlanta has a better team. In my mind, they just don't. Like, defensively, they're not that good.
Wait, why isn't Kevin Huerter starting? Why isn't Kevin Huerter starting?
Kevin Huerter was on it today. Kevin Huerter
was really
good.
6 for 9, 3 for 6.
We were out without DeAndre Hunter too. Hunter's a baller. He's underrated. So I think this is going to be closer than what y'all might think. But I mean, Game 6 is still.
Hey, all I'm saying is defense wins championships, and you don't got a defense.
Hey, one player that could have started over Solomon Hill, Skylar Mays. Should have started him. Should have started Skylar Mays. He didn't even play.
Yeah, Skylar Mays. Anyways, the next matchup we have is in the Western Conference. It's between the Denver Nuggets and the Phoenix Suns. And I'm just gonna start off with this one. The Nuggets, I'm a little surprised they got past the first round. Just because I thought the Trailblazers were gonna win this in 6 or 7. But you know, the Nuggets are here. And I think it's gonna be Suns in 6. I respect the Nuggets, but at the same time, I think the Suns are the better team. It'd be closer if Jamal Murray was still playing, but I think the Suns are a better team.
I've got Suns.
I'm going to say this: if Jamal,
go ahead.
You got Suns in 5. Wow.
Yeah.
I'll say if Jamal Murray was playing, I'd actually would say it'd go to Game 7. I don't know who would win, but I'd say it'd go to Game 7. But he's not here, sadly. I'm giving it to the Suns. I'm saying Game 6 as well.
Yeah, I've got Suns in 5 just because they don't have Jamal Murray. Like he's their best. He's an elite point guard. I'd argue top 10. But without him, I just don't have any faith in this Nuggets team. I mean, of course, Jokic is going to win MVP. Yeah. You've got other solid role players like Aaron Gordon. But for them, I think they just need to like retool a little bit, run it back next year.
Wow, I hear the slander for Michael Porter Jr.
Michael Porter Jr. is having a really good season. Okay?
There you go.
Really good playoffs too. I didn't mean to diss MPJ. Sorry. No, just make like a few adjustments to the bench. They've got a good bench, but like they could be better there. Like this is not a championship team without Jamal Murray.
Oh yeah, I totally agree with it. But I mean, they've got some good players. Austin Rivers was another guy who in the first round
showed up.
Absolutely showed up.
So he averaged 11.5 points, shooting 48 from 3 and 48 from the field. Pretty good.
But our last matchup, we have the LA Clippers and the Utah Jazz. And I don't know about y'all. I just feel like this is going to be... I think I'm going Jazz in 5.
Jazz in 6.
Jazz in 4.
Whoa, Luca. Okay.
Dude.
I think the Clippers. I think the Clippers have a chance in this series.
I think so too, but I'm only giving them 1 game.
I'm giving them 2 games.
I was gonna say Jazz. I was gonna say Jazz in 5, but y'all said 5, 6. I was like, I gotta go 4.
Okay, so Luca really said Jazz in 5. Is what I'm hearing.
Yeah, but I mean, yes, but Utah can do this in 4. If they did their best, they could beat them. They could sweep.
What do you think, Luca? What are you predicting?
It's probably going to be 5.
Okay.
I'm predicting 5, but if it is 4, I'm going to gloat about it.
Okay.
I'll say it like that.
Yeah.
Go for it. Yeah.
He's just keeping the receipts.
He is. Yeah. I mean,
fair. Yeah.
It's 5. Like, for me, it's 5 just because LA looked so freaking bad in the first round. They barely got past a team that's literally Luka Doncic and nobody else really played well. I thought it would be Clippers in 5 for that series last time, but it went to freaking 7.
I am not putting my faith in the Clippers at all anymore. I'm done giving them the benefit of the doubt. I had them winning it all last season, and then they blew a 3-1 lead, and no more Clippers.
It's funny because I thought they would get far this year, but after that first round, I'm doubting them.
I mean, they're still in it, but they still could go far. I don't think they will.
But my outlook on this team is so much more different than it was at the beginning of the playoffs.
I would just like to point out the amount of small market teams that are still left in the playoffs.
Gosh.
Utah, Phoenix, Denver, Atlanta.
Yeah.
Milwaukee.
Atlanta's
small market, right?
They're borderline.
I think so.
They're like medium market. I'd say
hey, for respect of the angle you're trying to make, they're small market. They're small market.
Respect to the angle, yes.
And I would also like to point out that the Heat, Lakers, and Celtics all got bounced out of the first round, and that makes me happy. And the Knicks.
Oh, I'm so happy about the Knicks.
Hey, I'd like to point out that
Lakers was
that after the first round happened, this will be the first NBA Finals in 10 years without LeBron or Stephen Curry.
Yeah.
Wow.
Did y'all find this first round entertaining as NBA fans?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
I thought it was interesting.
I mean, there are a few bad games. The honestly, Phoenix and LA series was kind of disappointing, but
you know what was kind of disappointing?
At least the last few games.
The Hawks-Knicks series was kind of disappointing.
It was fun. It was fun to see Trae Young become this villain, but like outside of that, the games were not close.
I was expecting it to go to 7, and it just felt like It just felt like the Knicks just died.
Yeah.
Yeah, really. Julius Randle.
Knicks didn't try.
Julius Randle just
he didn't play well. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, D Rose did pretty good.
Yeah.
For what he could do.
He did. He played extremely well.
New York didn't show. Yeah. That first game, I was terrified of him. I was like, dude, if he plays like this the whole series, we're done. Lose.
Yeah.
Like he's insane.
Hey, that game 1 was really exciting though.
It was. I was so hyped for the rest of that series after that.
I wish the only complaint I could say is I wish the Wizards did a little bit more. I mean, 76ers rightly deserved to beat them.
I wasn't expecting much.
I was hoping the Wizards could do a little more.
Yeah. Knicks and Hawks were the only series I was expecting to like be good out of the East.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe Bucks Heat. I was a little surprised by it, but I'm not upset about it.
Yeah, I thought that could have gone 6 or 7, honestly, but just because of like what happened last year.
I just don't feel as disappointed with that as I do with the Hawks and the Knicks.
Same.
After game 1, I thought it was going to be the game of the series of the round, and it ended up being disappointing.
I will say this,
like Utah Denver last year.
Yeah.
Dude, that series was amazing.
You can have your disappointments and stuff like that, but Trailblazers versus Nuggets made up for it.
Yeah,
that series was
agreed.
Awesome.
Yeah. That series was amazing, even though it went 6.
I agree. Yeah.
I can't believe I was watching the Lakers get blown out instead of watching Dame hit two threes to go into overtime and double overtime.
Hey, as soon as I knew it was a blowout, I just changed the channel.
I was like, yes, this is amazing. I want to watch this till the end. Like I was having so much fun watching the Lakers just die right in front of my eyes, watching LeBron walk out with 6 minutes left.
See, that's what Twitter's for.
Tuned into that. That is what Twitter's for.
He just really, can't be that bad of a sport.
He did the same thing in game 6.
Really?
I think so.
I don't know.
I can't back that up. But that is the end of this video. If you all enjoyed it, give it a like, share it with all your friends, and you'll definitely hear my voice once these series end. But until then, we'll see you on the next one.